Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. We're gonna be in the kitchen again today. I mean, what's new? We're gonna try to dehydrate some things and we are gonna roast some things. Maybe we'll clean some things or maybe we'll just make a bigger mess. I don't know. Hang out with me and let's find out. Little man was taking our little sugar pumpkin for a walk around the kitchen. He was just walking around with it and he fell or he dropped it on accident, and so the little top had popped off. So it was fine because I've been meaning to cut these up and make some puree with it. So we're gonna do that today too. I'm gonna heat the oven. I'm gonna apparently have some more coffee so I can use the words correctly. But I'm gonna heat the oven to 350 and then cut these up. So I'm just going to start by slicing into this pumpkin. Both the pumpkins were pretty clean, and then I'm going to show my kids. They're in the kitchen here with me, and I'm going to show them the inside of the pumpkin, and then you'll see they eventually want to try to help.
Too little.
Oh! Can you get the seeds?
Now you try to scoop it out.
Yeah. It's dirty, but...
Whoa! That was embarrassing. Endless word.
And then my kids kind of left, and right when I got to the messy part, they were like, "You can do this part, Mom." So I'm going to go ahead and try to get the second pumpkin cut up and get these seeds separated. I think these pumpkins are small enough that I don't really, I could just roast them in halves like this, but I'm going to cut them into strips. I'm going to cut this part off too, so that when I go to get the puree out, it's a little bit easier. It'd be easier to scoop it out in strips like this versus trying to scoop out all of it this way. I don't know, it may be easier the other way around, or just maybe making more work for me, but we're going to try it this way. Actually, I might need 2 trays because this one is already looking kind of full. So, see, maybe I won't take them all apart. We'll just do some. Yeah, because I think I put the other half right in there. So here's what we have here. I didn't put anything on these. I just put a little water in the pan. I'm going to put these in and then start, do it for 45 minutes and see where that takes us. Okay, I'm going to try to take, separate the seeds out from the mush here. I have actually never roasted pumpkin seeds before, so this will be our first time doing it. I don't know why we've never done it. Actually, I think we did it as a child. I remember doing it with my mom and dad, but like as an adult by myself, I've never done it. So this will be fun. I need a bigger thingamabobber. I'm gonna try this one instead, a little bit bigger holes. So here's the seeds that we got from the 2 pumpkins. I'm gonna roast most of these, but I'm also gonna save a handful and see if we can dry them enough to plant them. So I'm probably just gonna save like maybe a handful of them for that, and then we'll roast the rest. The whole time. Okay, the timer just went off. It's our first 45 minutes. I say first, but maybe we only needed 45. It smells so good. Just the pumpkin by itself. So I'm just gonna see if it's fork tender.
Smells so good.
Does, huh? So it is pretty soft. I'm gonna turn it off, but I'm gonna put it back in the oven because we are actually gonna run to the library. So I turn my oven off, but I'm gonna let this sit in the oven, and then when I come back, we'll go ahead and take it out, and hopefully it will have cooled also by then. But. Okay, I went ahead and pureed some in the food processor. Honestly, if I did it again, I would probably just try to mash it by hand. But I saved one little piece because I wanted you to see how easy it was just to kind of peel this out. And I would do it by hand because it doesn't take that long, but I already had this dirty. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting it in here. And the reason I say I would do it by hand is because what the food processor is doing is kind of just spreading it out, and not like I have to keep stopping and using a little spatula and pushing it back down so that it'll get all of the pumpkin done. And then all I'm going to do is put it in these silicone muffin trays. I did weigh them because if I use them in a recipe, it usually calls for like 15-ounce cans or something like that. So I wanted to make sure that I knew how many ounces each of these little containers were. So actually what I did is these are all about 2.5 ounces. So this whole tray will be about 1 can. Yep. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend this up and then fill this. And then I'll probably put the rest in the fridge until this is frozen. And then if we haven't used it up this week, I will go ahead and freeze the rest too. So here you can kind of see everything is getting stuck on this side. I have it on low, and it's just kind of, I have to just keep pushing it down so that the blades will actually hit all of the pumpkin. But like I said, if I did this again, I would probably just go ahead and do it by hand. But since I already started this way and it was already dirty, I'm just going to go ahead and... Or in a blender, maybe it would work better. Or even the NutriBullet if you didn't have that much pumpkin. So we stayed a little longer at the library, so I'm gonna just let these dry overnight. I'm gonna just put another, like maybe cotton towel over here or something to I just am. I'm gonna put another towel over it, and I'm gonna let them dry a little bit more before I put them in the oven, because I feel like if I put them in the oven this wet, it'll steam, it won't roast, and I want it to roast. So I'm gonna let those dry out a little bit more. I did take a couple and put them in a napkin here. And these are the ones that we are going to save for, look at that. They're sticking to the napkins. They're so wet. So I'm going to let these dry. These are the ones that we're going to use for planting. So I went ahead and left these on the napkin here. But, maybe I should dry these out. No, it'll be fine. There we go. They'll peel off if I peel it off slowly. So I'm going to save a couple to hopefully plant later. But for these, I'm going to see everything sticking to them. They're so moist. They're still so wet. So I'm going to let these kind of dry out more overnight, and then we'll roast them tomorrow. Okay, my seeds are really dry because I left them out overnight, and I'm just kind of gathering them up in a pile here, and I have my oven preheating to 325. I'm lazy this morning. I don't want to dirty another bowl, so I'm just going to put it on the tray itself here. spread them out as best as I can. So I have about 2 trays here. I'm pretty spread out, and like I said, I'm feeling a little lazy. I don't want to dirty another bowl. So I'm just gonna spray them with this avocado oil, and I hope that that works. I'm gonna sprinkle some salt on it and kind of just mix it around. I'm gonna do just 1 tray with garlic and salt. And then I'm gonna do the other tray with a little bit of salt as well. This one I'm gonna do actually with some cinnamon sugar that I have mixed here. I'm gonna put these in for about 45 minutes and then you just kind of keep checking them. Okay, I just took these out. I ended up leaving them in for 5 more minutes, so for a total of 50 minutes. So I had put them on in the oven for 45 minutes and then I checked them, kind of stirred them around and then put them in for 5 more minutes. And I think they're just about done. It says like if they're crispy on the outside, and it sounds like they're good. So I'm gonna just let these cool here on the stovetop and keep going on with the day. That was actually it for the toasting and roasting and pureeing all the good pumpkin stuff. My kids really enjoyed the cinnamon sugar ones, as most kids probably would. And then my husband and I actually really enjoyed these garlic and salt ones. I think next time we do these, I might go ahead and do some for my husband with maybe a little chili powder on them, something a little spicy. I think that would be a great treat for us. And then of course more of the cinnamon sugar for sure. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in my kitchen today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, would you please be sure to give it a thumbs up? And if you have any favorite seasonings that you use for pumpkin seeds, would you comment down below and share with us? I'm sure we'd love to know. I know for sure I would love some new seasoning spices. Yeah, I'm tired. Thanks for hanging out. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already, consider subscribing and joining our little YouTube family. Thanks again.